Alright, what's up guys? This is Matt from over at Gamersphere.com, and today I'm bringing you the first installment of my series on how to defeat Resogun on Master Difficulty with the least amount of stress. As you may know, Resogun is a very difficult game, created for the PS4. It's a downloadable launch title. You can still pick it up for free if you have a PlayStation Plus account, but recently I had the opportunity to interview one of the workers at Housemarque Studios, the guys who developed Resogun, and it got me back into the mood to want to play the game. And the only thing I hadn't done was defeat the game on Master Difficulty. I've platinumed the game, but it was never a requirement to beat the game on the hardest difficulty. And let me tell you, there's a reason why, because it took me 2 hours straight to beat 5 levels that should have taken 10-15 minutes apiece. It's a bear. It's very difficult, so I figured that since I've done it, let me go ahead and help you guys out. Keep in mind, I am not the best player. I died a lot, which is why it took me 2 hours, but maybe I'll be able to help you guys out. So, the most important thing to know is that each human here, no matter how many times you play through it, each human will give you the same power-ups each time. For example, that human I just saved was the third one. He always gives you points, no matter what difficulty you play on. The third human on Acis, the first level, will always give you points. This is the fourth human, and he will also always give you points. So it's important to note this, because as you play through, you'll learn which ones give you which abilities, and you'll know which ones to go for. For example, I don't care much about multiplier if I'm just trying to survive, so points are useless for me. So I learned which ones gave me points, and I wouldn't go for them, wouldn't stress out over it. As you can see, I just lost my multiplier. I didn't even care. So there are 5 different power-ups. There's the shield, the overdrive, points, extra bomb, and extra life. Now, points, as I said, pretty much useless if you're just trying to survive, because they'll put too much stress on you to try to get the points, and you'll end up dying in the process, which makes you need to start over. Useless. A shield, my view on shields is this: if you have to put yourself in danger to go get the shield, you may as well stay out of danger and not even need the shield. You know what I'm saying? So it's really up to you as to whether or not you think you need the shield. If the human is easy to get to, by all means go get him, but if you have to go into, a horde of enemies, don't do it. There's also the overdrive upgrade. This is, again, a personal decision, because if you use your overdrive a lot, then you may want to grab the upgrade. I hardly ever use my overdrive. I only use it about once per level, so I had no real need to go for it. So therefore, the only 2 things I found necessary were bombs and extra points. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a list of what each human, what power-up each human gives you on Acis, the first level of Resogun, and this applies to all difficulties as far as I know, but I do know for sure that it applies to Master. So the first human will always give you a shield, the second one always gives you overdrive, numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will all give you points, so they're pretty much useless in my opinion. Number 8 will always give you a bomb, 9 is points, and 10 is an extra life. So if you're a minimalist, only go for numbers 8 and 10. Now, there is another important point of note. It took me a long time to figure this out, but the 7th and 9th humans will only drop if you have a high enough multiplier, and this multiplier varies by difficulty, but for Master, the 7th human will only drop if you have, I'm pretty sure it's 8 times multiplier. It may be 6 or 7, but I'm pretty sure it's 8. But in any case, the 7th human will only drop if you've got that 8 times multiplier. The 9th human will only drop if you have a 10 times multiplier. Now, in this case, it's pretty stupid if you ask me, because numbers 7 and 10 only give you points. So it takes a high multiplier to get them, which, because they're only giving you points, is pretty useless. So don't even worry about the multiplier if you're just trying to survive. Now, if those humans would give you, say, a bomb or an extra life, then yeah, it would probably be a smart idea to go grab them and do whatever it takes, as long as, of course, you don't die. But because they only give you points, don't stress over it. Honestly, I don't know how I have a 13.5 multiplier right now, when I played through it, I didn't even realize that my multiplier was that high, and the next thing you know, boom, it's sitting at about 14. Again, it wasn't on my to-do list to keep it that high, but it just kind of happened that way. So, as you can see, I was able to make it through this first level without dying, and without using any of my bombs. I'm very happy about that. That doesn't happen often, but my advice to you is don't use your bombs unless you absolutely have to, and use your boost to get away from the enemies. Boost is always a better option because it regenerates. If you use a bomb to get rid of them, the bomb's gone. But if you're in a dire situation, then by all means, using a bomb is a lot, so to speak, less expensive than using a life. And the last point of note for defeating Acis on Master Difficulty is taking care of this boss guy right here. As you'll notice, I didn't use my overdrive in this level, and I did that purposely because if you've played through Resogun on easier difficulties, you may have noticed this already, but some of you might not have. So the important thing about beating this first boss is that he's very vulnerable to overdrives once you break down his outer walls here. Another thing that I can just throw in there while we're waiting for it to get to that section, these little red bullets here, a bomb will destroy all of those. So if you see a bunch of bullets coming at you and you can't boost away, just fire off a bomb and it'll eliminate all of them. It actually took me a lot longer than it probably should have to figure that out. But there you go. Overdrive right there, straight to his core. If you don't use the overdrive and you just shoot each layer one at a time, it's a lot harder to do so because they'll switch like a gear, and it'll switch sides, and then you've got to go around and do it again. It's a mess. So just save up your overdrive and shoot them straight to the core like that. In any case, that's all I've got for you. That's the first level of Resogun, Acis, on Master Difficulty, and I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this first episode of my walkthrough on how to defeat Resogun on Master Difficulty. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like and let us know how you're liking the series. There will be 4 more parts to it to come. And as always, head over to Gamersphere.com. The link is in the description and it's also annotated on the video. And go there for more great content. And I'll see you next time.